Good morning, welcome to ABC 123 Trader. Today is March 2nd, 2022. It's 8:47 in the morning and let's start taking a look at the NASDAQ futures. All forms of trading carry high level risk, so you should speculate with only money you can afford to lose. You can lose more than your initial deposit and stake. Please ensure your chosen method matches your investment objectives. Familiarize yourself with the risks involved. If necessary, seek independent advice. U.S. government required disclaimer, Commodity Futures Trading Commission, trading financial instruments of any kind, including options. Futures and securities have large potential rewards, but also large potential risks. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the options, futures, and stock market. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Alrighty, let's get into the markets today. It's been quite a while. So let's see what we have here. Oh, perfect. Okay, good morning everybody. Mr. Mike here. I'm going to go to the main chart and we'll start taking a look at everything that's happening. It's been a long time. My fundraiser has finally completed. So now I can actually start trading again. It's been a crazy time. So let's go right from the top to the bottom here. So as you can see, it's been ever since all these conflicts has been happening and everything. We're finally having actually probably our first major pull down in like forever, and we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So basically I wrapped up here and I've been just doing total fundraising all the way down, just doing the odd trading or whatever, so I got to get back into it. And as you can see, is the sell phases are going really well and the buy phases are actually failing. That's two in a row. So that's quite interesting. Or is it one? Yeah, then that one worked. Two in a row. We never reached it. Let me see here if we did actually or not. So actually we still might have a chance to reach it if it really explodes to break even. Actually, we still have today's session, but we'll find out. And if it does, then we'll be back onto the regular track. They had, I guess the person had his State of the Union, people are blowing things up, markets are volatile, oil's going up, inflation's going up, everybody's in panic mode, etc. So that's why it's crazy. And as you can see, ever since basically when I shut her down, it's been pulling down ever since. So we'll go from there. And we're not breaking this level yet, so. And she's squeezing, she's still doing a pull down. Maybe we can get to this order block here at 13.8 if it's aggressive, but look how many order blocks are. There's 1, 2, and 3 there. And where are we on this phase? We are doing our pull up. So what we can do as conservative levels, there's a prior low. Maybe we can do a buy-in at 13.9. We'll find out. You can see they're just playing around within this zone. They have a lot of volume here and a lot of volume here, and if it does go up, then we can get to, well, top of the 730 marker or 14.2. It all depends. Look at from the open to the prior low, so it's quite a big range here. Interesting. We'll see. Crazy markets, how they're whipping back and forth. Level 1, level 2. They did actually have a sell failure and a buy failure, so this is going to be interesting. They're getting ready. And for the last one, what we're going to look at is, where are we right now? So we're basically at break even right now from the market standpoint. And where are we? We're still pulling down. We're below the VWAP. This thing is pulling down. It's really ugly. We've got a lot of chop, and I think there might be nothing happening until market open. The interesting that it's 7 o'clock actually, or actually in about 10 minutes. So I might get my first trade in 10. We'll see what happens. If this marker works really well, we can do a really good sell-off actually till 11:19. We'll find out. I'll be back in a second. Good morning. Welcome to ABC 123 Trader. Today is, wow, it's already March 10th. March 10th, 2022, and let's start taking a look at the NASDAQ futures. Anyways, All forms of trading carry a high level of risk, so you should only speculate with money you can afford to lose. You can lose more than your initial deposit and stake. Please ensure your chosen method matches your investment objectives. Familiarize yourself with the risks involved and, if necessary, seek independent advice. U.S. government required disclaimers. Commodity futures trading, commission trading, financial instruments of any kind, including options, futures, and securities, have large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the options, futures, and stock market. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Unless you don't have any. Well, whatever. I'm just playing around here. Anyways, let's get into the markets here. And I want to show you something what's going to be happening this morning. Possibly. You never know. Could take off right away, but hopefully it will work the way I want. So let me grab the other chart here. Be interesting. Grab the other chart here. Gonna move it across here. Let's grab that thing. See what they're doing here. And then we'll get into a little bit more detail on this one. So as you can see, we're still in the sell phase, so they're playing around. Our next major sell-offs, that could be bottom, that could be bottom, but there's major order blocks here. I don't have these are daily order blocks, so. Anyways, we know in 8 days, hopefully, because it looked like maybe a possible W pattern is widening out. U.S. is spending more money in military stuff. We don't know what they're going to do, guys. It's just whatever. But what I'm looking at, and I'm going to show you on the day trading side. Okay, we've been, ever since Christmas, we've been going down, all the way down. I think it's before Christmas. When was it? Oh, just right after New Year's. So right after New Year's, it's just been bouncing down. We do have looks like a W pattern pulling down, but it might squeeze for another breakout. And we're playing, we haven't, 1, 2, 3, let me, how many waves we have? One, actually we only have, well, I guess it could be the third wave, we'll find out. But we're still in the negative territory. As you can see, all night last night, after that big bullish run, they're punching down. Oh, we're almost at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Is it 8:30? Yeah, it would be 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, so there might be a pullback. We'll see how much is going to happen. But if it keeps on going down, we still have to look at the market maker markers, or this one way down here by prior open, prior low. That's at 13.2. Those are big extensions. On a Fibonacci side, oh, what can I think today? 1, 2, boom. So we'll use somewhere right around here. I guess where those markers, I can't see it, but just average. So let me see here. Well, that's extremity. So if you take a look at it, in this zone, the average, where did the Fibonacci go? Do it again. Fibonacci retracement. There we go. So we know, we said this could be our market maker zone, which is 529, 400. So we know we can go within this zone here, 1450, let's say, for a continuation, if it does. But then we have a really extremity from 78 to 88, which is in this prior open, prior low. So and because the swings are so huge right now with this crazy market, I'm curious what's going to happen. Because right now we're fading down on the fade right now, nice and slowly. Now where are we here? Let's see where we are here. Yesterday, punch up here, so we're below the 50 on the New York session. We're vibrating actually on the 50 percentage on the London session here. See, this is what I did. This is the London session, and right here is the 50% line. So we were going to see if she's going to break down again. If I was up at that time, look how beautiful can't remember that indicator I wrote, the name of it, but it tells you, and also we're in sell phase again. This, if you look at the previous days, it's all been red with a very, minor, and this was our first green run up. And now we're in the sell phase. So if it does pull up, let's see where 13,600 is. Still not as far as here, but it is hitting this line here. And the reason why I'm talking to you about this line is I'm going to go to another chart here, if it does work. And I'm going to try that trade this morning. We are negative 1.75, negative 1.9. Everything is just ugly. Yeah, it looks like it's building up for the reversal. We'll find out if it's a major impulse move. If it does go up, when I day trade, let's say on a minute chart, and I look at my other stats, I will look at, and I said 13.6. So there was 13.6. There you go. So what I'm going to do, that's what I like to see. 13.6. If it does fire up really quick, I'm going to be looking at that zone. And I'll tell you why pretty soon. And I'm actually going to make this for my other charts. For now, gotta make sure it's on all the charts. Oh, that's just on NQ. Yeah, that's fine. It's on all charts. I'm gonna lock this baby too so I don't delete it for now. And the reason why you might ask, saying, why am I choosing out of all these, these stop outs? Oh, it just didn't disappear? Of course. Wait for the program to respond. I'll give it some time. The reason why it does this is I've got a lot of charts open and she's still vibrating? Yeah, she's still vibrating. If she closes, I'll just restart it. There we go. Give it some time. Now the reason why I'm choosing this zone here. Now let's go to the other chart and I'll show you why. I have, look at that, right on the money. This little circle right here, guys, this is what I'm thinking is going to vibrate up in the morning, tap, vibrate, and fire down. Right now, we're kind of in a catch-22 because these marker lines, not this, I'm not worried about this one. I wish I could delete it. I got to figure it, maybe I'll have to start programming again. It's been many, many, many moons since I programmed. Yeah, so this one was so far back now. Back in March 6th, that was their high volume movement. So that one's all flushed down now. Whenever you see this thick line here, which I just thickened the line, what it means is, and it's so recent, it was at 5 in the morning, is that's where a lot of volume to break through. So that means there's a lot of contracts sitting there. So what's going to happen there is the volume is going to come down. If they do a retrace, they're going to test this and continue on, because now a lot of guys could have moved their stop to here for break even, or they're going to load up for a continuation. Then we have a continuation for 13423. It all depends. The market's been so stupid lately. So we'll have to look at previous support and resistance. So I have this blue marker where it's almost at this blue marker. I look to the left. There was a bounce there, so we're just going to see if it's going to bounce there, because there was quite a few in this zone. See how this ridge, and then you have a whole bunch more somewhere within this zone. But at the 127 marker, it looks like if you look at this 127, you look to the left. Let's go like this. 127 target. Look at that. See? It's all harmonics, guys. So, and then what we're going to do is, because this one's recent, I want to know how far this green one was. And we are just breaking the green. And that looks like it was, which day was that? Yesterday? March 9th. 10th, yeah. So this was yesterday's high volume. before it did the break, came back down, tested. I think that was my yesterday's trade here. Boom. And see, it doesn't look like it's much. You gotta realize that was, I think it was $7,800 move. Let me see here. Because it's so violent right now. Yeah, and I only did 700, so I only did 30 some points to the break here. So I did somewhere right up to here, because I was saying between this zone, boom, boom. So, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let this record. But this video is done because we still have another hour before this trade happens. So you're going to see it cut off, and then I'm going to add this video just right before market open. Alrighty guys, but that's what I want to show you on my pre-analysis before I show you the trade. And I don't know if I should, no, I'm not going to use micros. I'm going to pretend I'm Mr. Man here. And which one's this one? So this one was at March 8th. Okay. So the other thing that we can, oh, it keeps on going. Yeah, March 8th. So 8, 9, 10. So ultimate bounce down here, guys. And look how it hits. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look how it hits 13.31675. So what I would like to see is let it fire up, get to this zone here, and then take the short down. That would be a huge short, and this is where it's going to settle. Zone A to Zone B, guys. Okay, I'll see you guys in an hour. Okay, I'm back. Okay, now you know what's really interesting is where my prediction was. It was a little bit higher than it happened, just bounced up, and then it retraced once again. This is what I was looking for the bounce, right? And I showed you, I'm going to switch you on the other chart here. Boom. So as you can see, I made this marker here, but it actually went to this one, which I was quite surprised. It tested this order block here. So it blasted through here. I thought it was just going to go to this one, but she just fired, and it literally touched it, like I said, bounced down, and then did for the second attempt for the drop. Now, the interesting thing is, I don't know now which direction it's going to go, because if I switch back to the other chart here, we've got two ranges, okay? We have this one, which I predicted, and it bounced. And now there's a brand new one right here. A lot of selling volume. I think that could be possibly a bottom, because when there's usually a lot of high volume dumping, and they're accumulating right here, it could be for the fire going up, the punch going up, even though it's a really strong sell-off. Because right now, actually we're right in, right here is a time signal right here, so which is kind of interesting. 9:15 is actually just activating right now. So we're going to find out. This thing's curling up. I really don't like, when you have an impulse move like this, I don't like it. You want consistency, right? So we've got to find out exactly what's going to be happening here. No, I don't want to reload this right now. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So I want to see with the volume, because we haven't had much volume. It's actually very low today, and I don't know why. See, like, look at these contracts: 16.3, 16.2, 16.31 compared to the previous days, 4.2, 50. Okay. And then this one here, we had a couple of blocks here. They try to really put, well, you can see there's 180 contracts within here. So we have to see what these guys are going to do. I'm still going to be looking at, somewhere within this zone again. So I'm going to put a region here. This region now, since it broke through, and then we got to make sure this region here, and I think this might be the bottom. Not sure yet, because we currently at negative 1.72%. at 9:15. Oh, excuse me, tired. Ooh. And then I'll do this. Whoops, not 6, sorry. What I'm going to do. Okay, so there you go. There's another order block here, what I'm looking at. This is an order block section. And it's going to be ugly. We've got to give it about 5 minutes for it to figure out which direction to go. But the two regions I'm going to be looking at is between here and here. Once it starts breaking up, then we'll know. Or is it going to be range bound for a while? But this volume section right here is what I'm really interested at, because on average volume, cell spike, another cell spike, and then a super high cell spike, and it stopped. So, and we're at 9:15. It has to break down through here to continue on. And if it does, then we can go to the 127 to the 161 extension. And let's see, because look at this. There was less volume going up, more volume, but not moving anywhere. We'll find out in about 10 minutes, and I'll be back. We're 1 minute before the open. And see, there's a whole bunch of buying volume there, but it's still not actually aggressive. Look at this. There's nothing really happening. So it's quite interesting. Unless I just wait, you know what it could be? Gotta make sure I'm on NQ6. Instruments NQ3. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so instruments NQ622. So there hasn't been that much volume. Now let's see what's going to happen. What I did is I created my VWAP indicator. I created a red at market open instead of accumulating overnight. So from 9:30 on, we can see if we're above or below the VWAP. The circle was this one here. We bounced up a little bit higher, and I want to know if we're going to break down, bounce and hold, or break up and bounce and hold. This is a really tight range here. We got about 5 minutes of volume playing right now. And this is what I need to know, because she can just whip like crazy. I'm also going to look at the, let me see the other chart here, see what's happening. Can't really tell right now. 13,450. 8:30 is supposed to be buy in, and then 9:15 for a sell off. So let's see. There's a really big price action on the sell whip, so we don't know. They're playing games right now. And look at this. We have no high volume. Past few days we were in tons of volume. I have a feeling the market will go down because they're regulating crypto, and they're trying to. You know, they want to get their hands on more money, spend your money. And we'll go from there. But we have to see until it takes off, because it's a quiet before the storm here. And it is 9:30, which I'm quite surprised that there's hardly any volume. Let's transition here. This is what I'm looking at. I'm trying to get from here to fib target 1 here. Let's see, it's been very quiet in the New York session here. This was New York session. Break it around, they might do the turnaround, and let's look to the left to trade right. Yeah, see, I'm on that upper wick there. That's where my target is, if it goes. This is the one right here that I'm worried about. Actually, I might even have to go to there, have to find out.
Order filled.
I guess not. They want to go for it. So let them punch it the other way. I don't like it. Yeah, well, it's not closing it, so I'm going to close it.
Order filled.
I don't know why it never closed. That is weird. Anyways, crazy day. It hit my targets at 425. I'm going to really truncate this video. So in conclusion, this is what I'm looking at. Crazy morning. Originally, just gonna move the chart over. No blocks either. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's just gonna go for these order blocks. Negative numbers. I still don't like this market how it's playing right now. So, I made a, oh, I deleted the circle. When I was looking at it originally, it wasn't on this chart. Wow, slow day. 5 in the morning, I drew a circle saying, right about here, saying it might come, this would be coming in and possibly going down all day. That's what I was thinking originally. After that video, maybe about 5 or 10 minutes later, it actually hit it. And I went, I have to reassess. And then what happened? This one happened just before 9, so I had to reassess again, saying possibly this range bound here. Then this third one finally attacked. I tried to get in just to get my quick target. I got bit, and then it went back to the zone, but I was already that rich in the negative, and I said, if I do that and I'm wrong, then I'm really hit, so I have to wait to come back. Broke our zones, played around, never cashed me out, and I don't know why, and then continued on. Because I was way above my target marker, and I don't know why I never shut down. So anyways, and as you can see, the power of the market maker line, see how she have a major rejection, and maybe she's going to go down all the way. I don't know. I've already hit my targets, but it's just I think it's also because I just switched the. You know, it's going to be turnover right away. But let's take a look at this chart here. It's been very ugly. Okay, everything that I want to do. This is the one that spiked right out. I told you. Where was it? Wherever it spiked. Anyways, it fired up, came back down, reached more, and it's just wavy. It's still focusing down, but it's in transition, and it's these markers, 11:20 marker. Let me put it on the 1 minute chart here. Let's go take a look at it a little bit better here. See what the markings are saying. Yeah, see it's squeezing, and oh my gosh, why is it doing that? It shouldn't be doing that. There's a lot of times in there. I know why. Let's go like that. Let's reload all historical data. It should be truncating like that. Or was there a long weekend? It's probably that's what it is. There was a long weekend on there that I didn't get data mine the data. So, but she's really truncated, and so I was not happy at all with the charts. It was quite frustrating, personally. And then, lastly, I want to go to the original chart, and we'll go from top down again. Let me grab it for you. Yeah, that's the one. We hit our view up. 1025 is possibly coming in for the kickoff. 1024, but it looks like it's just going to sell off again. They're just whipping today, guys. So there's more of aggressiveness. Now I just want to check one more thing here. Even though the aggressiveness, there's still no order blocks coming in. So yeah, now it should start to punch. Maybe this was the fade out for the big sell-off, we don't know. And we'll go from there. If you have any questions here, let me see here. Let's see where it is. Like I said, here's that one zone we really have to watch to. We've got here for the resistance. And then what you can see is if it keeps on going down, if it breaks past this, then we know for sure. But it's just an ugly day. The guys are they're just not allowing us to actually try to be consistent on this one here. And yeah, see, they're playing. They still might even go up. We don't know. It's there. That's the chart I was using today. See, we did we get the fib target one? No, we hit yeah, I closed it right within that zone here. This is where the trend tracker marker is. It is breaking up, but it's just going back and forth. Usually with levels, usually it likes to hit target one, fib target one, level one really quickly, and it hasn't done that. Like if you look at it as yesterday's, goes back in, tested 50% of the New York session, gets to level one really quickly. And guess what? It wrapped up the day to level two. Today, this is going to be one of those days that they're going to play around not to get to the levels and just screw with you. Maybe they'll fire it up at the end. It is on the fib sell. So anyways, if you have any questions, you know where to get me at ABC123Trader. You take care and have a good day. Bye.